Hello awesome developers. After this video you get 100% confident that yes, you also can make get requests in React. So let's start it. So in this video we're going to learn about React fetch function, two hooks of React, useEffect and useState, and a map function. So let's start it. I split this video on three parts. First we create a state variable, then we hit the API and store the data, and then we iterate the data. To use state variable we need a hook called useState hook. We just imported this hook, and in future I also need the useEffect hook, so I also import it right now. useEffect hook. Okay, so we create a state variable, right? So I write useEffect, I use state, and I also get a snippet. I name it post. Okay, and I give it nothing. All right, so we created successfully the state variable. Now what are we going to do? We fetch the data, and we do fetch the data under a asynchronous function. So how can we create an asynchronous function? Definitely we write const, the function name will be post data, and because this is an asynchronous function we have to write async and then the callback function. It didn't take any argument, and that's the thing. All right, now we have a function, asynchronous function. Under there we fetch the data. Okay, so for this we use the fetch function of the JavaScript, right? And what this fetch function take, it take the API, and for this I use JSON placeholder API. JSON. Okay, we fetch this data, right? Okay, so go to code editor and give the fetch function the API, and this fetch will give a request. This fetch will give a promise. Okay, for this we have to write await. If you don't know about promises, don't worry, you just write await and everything will be fine. And the data we want to store under a variable, so we write const, that variable name will be res and is equal to. So as you can see, we hit this API, fetch the data and store it on the res, and now we set the post data, that thing, right? How can we do? We write set post data. Under this we have to write await again because he is returning a promise, and now we set the data. Now we have to specify that in which format we want the data. So we want in JSON format, so we write JSON. Okay, so that much we get. And now the thing is we have to call this function. We want that when the page get rendered, the function should be called. So for this we use useEffect. I have snippet, I give. Okay, we don't want this return, and the code should look like this. Now just I have to specify the function, which function I have to call when the page rendered. I want to call the post data function, and don't forget to put this thing. Okay, otherwise your function could not be called. So now the function is calling, now we're getting the data, and in the post we have the data. Okay, so now we have to iterate the data. Now we want the third step. Okay, how we can do? I create a li UI. Under this UI I create parentheses like this. Under this parenthesis I use this post dot map function. All right, and under this map function I run a callback, and that take a argument called data. This data is the main data. Okay, so definitely this callback function, and this callback function is returning a HTML element. So I write return, and what I'm returning is the HTML element. I returning a li. So under this I write parenthesis, open and close parenthesis, and there I write data dot, once again just see data dot title and body. Okay, so I write data dot title, and I write a br for next to go to the next line, and again open and close parenthesis and data dot body. So if I do this, I see the data, right? Boom, now we have the data on our page, right? But the thing is we have an error. If I go to the console and refresh the page, then you can see we have an error. Each child in a list should have a unique key. So he's telling that in the list each child should have a unique key. How can we solve this error? We use this key. Under this key we write data.id, and if we do this, because every data set had a different id, then the error will be gone. Refresh the page and boom, you can see the error is gone. So thank you so much guys for watching this video. If you find this video helpful, please do like and subscribe my channel. So bye bye for now, see you in the next video.